I'm so excited to bring up our next storyteller. I recently saw her at a Moth Slam, which she won. I absolutely loved her story, and I think you guys are really going to love her. She has obviously been on the Moth, and she has also appeared at the Shed Storytelling Series. Please give it up for Morley McBride.
I have a nasty habit of graduating during recessions. In 2002, I moved west to San Francisco fresh out of college and just in time for the dot-com bust. I remember the shock of sort of arriving at this independent adulthood and thinking to myself, how did this happen? How did I become an adult? I don't know how to do anything. My resume literally fits on a cocktail napkin. I'd only worked at a bar. I don't have any credit history, and my bra size is still so small. But nevertheless, I had indeed arrived in the real world and into a job market that was really tough. People were getting laid off right and left in the Bay Area, and these were really smart people. These were like PhDs and people with full-on B-cups. So I felt really, really lucky when I did get a job at an advertising firm as a receptionist. And I basically became the office runt. I made coffee, I made copies, I helped people falsify their expense reports. I basically did anything and everything that nobody else wanted to do. And I absolutely hated it. So to add insult to injury, as a cost-cutting measure, the firm decided to fire their travel agency. They were like, we don't need a travel agent, we'll just get the receptionist to do it for us. She seems nice enough. This is pre-kayak, people. So in between answering phones, I'm on the phone all day negotiating with airlines and managing the travel itineraries and schedules of an entire office. And booking travel to me is like my own personal hell. I was raised in a very thrifty New England family, so I hate spending money. Even if it's not mine, I don't care, it still stresses me out. And I'm a Libra, so I ponder every option, and I still can't make decisions. So I find myself in this sort of constant state of stress and anxiety every day, all day. But as a receptionist, there's really no place to show that. You're sort of imprisoned by this huge desk. Everyone can always see you, and you're essentially contractually obligated to smile. So I basically was going in every day and pretending like things were fine, but underneath all these professional pleasantries, a real storm was beginning to brew. Soon enough, this job started to affect my normal life. I found that I didn't really want to go out with friends anymore or meet or even speak to anyone new for fear that they would ask me about my job. And kind of to ease the pain, I went home one night and made this t-shirt with iron-on letters that just said, I am not a travel agent. And I would end up putting this shirt on every time I came home just to remind myself and make myself feel better. It was like my routine, my daily routine. I'd come home, like put down my bag, change into a shirt, get a beer, go sit on the couch. It was like a perverse version of an opening scene from a Mr. Rogers episode. So I spend my days, putting on a good face, but basically like secretly plotting the exquisite deaths of everyone in the office while daydreaming how I was going to quit when the time came. I had these elaborate schemes like, I'm going to flip the desk over, which would have been a miracle in itself because it was like essentially cemented to the ground. It was one of those huge L-shaped like office desks. But my only sort of happy time during the day was lunchtime. I would raid the office kitchen for any free food like Twizzlers or popcorn or the instant oatmeal, like anything that I could just get for free, but I would splurge next door at the bodega on my favorite, which was an ice-cold Diet Coke. I would say of all the world's spices, Diet Coke is mine. I have been addicted to it since childhood, unfortunately, because both my parents drank it. And I don't know if you know any Diet Coke fanatics, but it's not like a negotiable choice. There's no substitute. We're very loyal people. So I'm sitting there during the day, behind this desk, enjoying my Diet Coke, the sweet aspartame fizz of it. And when I get called into the partner's office because I'm told there's an issue. And I'm like, shit, they are totally onto me. They've seen through this polite facade that I loathe this job and I loathe every single one of them. So I walk into the partner's office and there's, this Don Draper-esque man sitting on the other side of the desk from me. He's the type of partner that calls you hun and only flies in direct flight business class aisle seats. And he's like, hun, I've got a problem with your drinking. And I'm like, my what? He's like, you can't be drinking that Diet Coke up there. It's gonna be hell if the client sees you. forgot to mention, which I probably should now, that this firm's largest client was Pepsi. And it had been for 40 years. There's actually Pepsi products all over this office. I actually had in my possession the key to the vending machine because one of my exquisite tasks was to open the door and let the Pepsi man come in and restock it. That was one of my many exciting jobs as a receptionist. So anyway, I sort of smile and nod to Don Draper and tell him I totally understand his concerns and continue to drink a Diet Coke every day at that desk, but now with a Post-it note wrapped around it that just says Pepsi. So that move should have tipped them off that something else was lurking beneath my smile and nods, but I didn't for whatever reason. And so eventually I did find a new job, and on my last day of work I woke up super early and went into work before anyone else was there. And I stopped on my way in to buy a Diet Coke, as usual, but this time I bought a whole case of it. And I went straight to the kitchen and opened that vending machine in the dark, all alone, and sprinkled Diet Coke cans through every selection there. The Pepsis, the Diet Pepsis, the Mountain Dews, everything. I put them sort of randomly but strategically throughout the entire machine, and then locked it, and threw the key in that sort of cavernous receptionist desk, and never mentioned it to anyone. And a couple weeks later, sitting at my new job, I got an email from one of my old colleagues that just said, today I got a Pepsi out of the, or today I got a Diet Coke out of the Pepsi machine. Figures. I can't take full credit, but I will say that this firm, after a 40-year history, is no longer Pepsi's agency of record, and I'm pretty sure they've learned to hire a travel agent by now. Thank you.
Yum's the word